Very much, Michelle. And good morning to you all, dear participants. It's an honor to be here this morning to start off this program. As you may all be aware, as you were preparing for this program and you had all the invitations and the supporting documents, I'm sure you saw that important aspects of the discussion today and tomorrow will be about rights. Yes, rights. Whose rights? What rights? And why is it such an important matter to discuss when we are looking at landscapes restoration? It is because the restoration agenda is a commitment. Would you agree with me that it is a commitment? Yes, it's a commitment from the country level to the individual level, and actually a community commitment. Commitment to do or refrain from doing certain actions that would cause a problem for the ecosystem, or a commitment to act in a way that will restore our landscapes. And therefore, dear participants, you would agree with me that if we did not give attention to rights, to define whose rights and what rights, we may be doing all that we need to do, but we will fail to have people act in the right way to give commitment to the agenda to restore our landscapes. So I'm here this morning to excite you so that as you think about landscapes restoration, you look at it also from the aspect of rights for individuals, for communities, and for countries, so that we will be able to motivate them enough to take those actions that are needed to restore our landscapes. And to excite you, I just want to share with you an example of how this happened in one project we worked on. And by the way, as Michelle mentioned, I'm from Ghana. And I work as the director and founder of an organization called COLANDEF. COLANDEF is a land rights organization. We facilitate processes at the community level to ensure that community land rights, individual land rights are secured. So sometime in 2010 thereabouts, there is this community that existed around a very famous forest. Go near the forest reserve so that it will not harm the forest. But what happened? He is not an indigene of the area. He is not the owner of the land. He doesn't have what we call the absolute right to be able to take such decisions for himself and even to encourage others or advise them to refrain from certain actions. So he had no right to do it. He had no right to take that decision. And so he approached a group. What can I do so that I can advocate to protect the forest? And that is how come we came into contact. In the end, what resulted in the conversation was that we were able to help him to engage and dialogue with the traditional leaders of the area so that whatever type of land rights that they were occupying were documented, defined, so that it explained what type of arrangement, what type of permission he has to be able to act. And in the end, he was able to protect himself. He was able to help other people to ensure that at least when they don't clear the land unduly, they can still be sure that the land will still lie there and their right to be protected. Apart from that, we all talk about the fact that restoration brings benefits. So when we fight to restore our landscapes, it has some benefits in it. But who gets those benefits? Whose right is it to access those benefits? That is another important discussion, because in any case, if I am not going to be part of the benefits, would I be committed? Definitely not. And if I don't have any space within which this right I have, this right to access benefits, if there is no space to discuss it, to secure it, would I be able to commit myself to do it? Definitely not. So the question about benefit sharing, the question about decisions to act and decisions to cause others to act are all founded on the rights. And therefore, as we are here for the 2 days to discuss landscapes restoration, dear participants, let us all make it a point that we bring our experiences to bear to illustrate why it's important for us as practitioners to focus also on the rights. Rights to take the decisions, rights to access the benefits, so that the people we expect to act will actually be committed to act. And that way, we can be sure that we'll be pushing the restoration agenda to the level that we really need to take it. So I encourage you all that you follow me to the next session where we will explore more on this exciting subject of rights. Thank you.